take a look now at the Varsity Cup. It is, of course, we're in the final week now. It was the Varsity Shield on Monday. Those semi-finals were played in the finals were played in the Shield match, and of course the Varsity Cup final is coming up this forthcoming Monday. Let's take a look at the results then. Of course, CPUT or at least CUT against FNB UWC, and it was a win for CUT 29-19. Of course, the guys played away. They played in Bloemfontein. It was a long trip there. And the man at the helm, together with Peter de Villiers and, of course, Oliver Janssen, was the man who's on the panel right now, Jerome. It was a tight game, though.
Yeah, JP, definitely. I think the guys were up, and we really went up there with the mission. And it almost seems like a home game also for us, because UWC had 2 buses up there with supporters. At one stage, it really feels like we had UWC with all the people singing, so it was good and a great atmosphere there. And also a few of the people's family went up there. Calvin the Brains, the props, dad.
Well, I believe they took a bus up there. I know that UWC organised a whole bus for the fans to come up along.
They had a bus and they had a mini bus.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people. Yeah, and also, like I said, Calvin the Brains' dad went up. He was there to support, and the captain Charlie's dad were there. So there were a lot of people, there were a lot of support, and I think one thing that UWC can be proud of, the players can be proud of, they didn't let the fans down.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't this just fantastic to see how they have come through the ranks here? They've done extremely well, they're in the final. I mean, that's something to be proud of. And not just that, also the fact that we see the fans getting behind the team now. So they're starting to build a little bit of culture, a little bit of fan entertainment, and this is going to get momentum, and next year is going to be even bigger and better with an even bigger fan base.
Yeah, definitely, JP. And Peter de Villiers also said before the game, he told the players, it's amazing. He almost got more emails and SMSs from people wishing the team well than what they've got at the World Cup.
Well, there's no surprise for me actually in that, because if we consider how many people are watching club rugby and who that audience is, well, it's pretty obvious that Peter in this space is going to be more popular in the club rugby space than he probably was in the Springbok space. He might there get into certain newspapers and on certain TV shows, but now he's in the space where the masses participate. I think this is one of the differences. Ish, how's it been for you from a club rugby perspective that you're not in the mainstream of, I mean, and let me quickly go through some of your resume, so to speak. I mean, you played for the Brumbies, you played for Western Province under-21, you played in Japan, you played in the Vodacom Curry Cup, you played for Boerland, you played, of course, for SK Warmers, you played in the SA under-21s, you played for the Emerging Box. Okay, so you've got a fairly long record, but all of that stuff as a professional, you're in the top level. Now you're in the club rugby space. Now you're amongst the masses. How has it been for you, the sort of attention that you've been getting in that space?
Well, firstly, I think that Peter de Villiers has got to take a lot of credit for what he's done at UWC. He's done a great job in terms of bringing the rugby up, and it can only be better for them for the future. It's difficult because when you're in the mainstream, all eyes on you, the media's on you, but the actual heroes out there are the guys that are playing the rugby in the communities. Those are the actual heroes, and I think it's important for Western Province to invest in structures and equipment and facilities for the heroes out there, and especially those that are playing community rugby.
I mean, I believe that we're getting a lot more attention now in club rugby. So I think it's one of those things that you can see for you can be a professional player and you can walk down the mall in the mall as a professional player, and some people might not even recognize you because they might not have seen you on TV. Now you're in the club space, and all of a sudden you're on TV. Amongst the masses, and a lot of people are able to stop you, talk to you, and for the first time they've actually seen your face. Okay, so a good result for UWC if we take the whole big picture. They would obviously wanted to come away with the win there. CUT takes the win, they are the Varsity Shield champs, but nevertheless a massive proud factor for UWC.
Yeah, definitely, JP. I mean, it's at the final is like that. That's definitely the case for UWC, was the bounce of the ball on the night. When they one kick, we were 19 all at one stage, and there were about 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
I was just about to radio to the guys on the field there, the physio, to tell the guys just to slow it down because we're going to go to extra time, and we had certain plans what we wanted to do. and then they kick, and unfortunately our winger couldn't feel the ball, and it bounced in their centre's hand, and he went to score. So it changed everything. But I must say, up until the end, the guys didn't give up, and we were about to go and score in the last minute, and unfortunately a penalty went against us, which I really don't think it was a penalty, but unfortunately the ref gave the penalty. So the guys never gave up, and that's good, and that's what we've been working on this whole season, from pre-season to the camp. And I mean, a lot of clubs and a lot of teams in Cape Town can take a leave out of what UWC have done this year, and also the players. I mean, as you said, guys from nothing to achieve what they've achieved, and people were talking about them, and it's great.
And it's not just a club that's achieved, come up through the ranks here. I think what's important to also note is that UWC itself is a university that comes from a previously disadvantaged background, and they themselves have had to work hard to support UWC to get into the process. It's not a mainstream top-end university that has had all the support of some of the other universities. So you've got to give credit to the administrators at UWC.
Yeah, definitely, JP. As you said, I mean, from nothing to achieve that, and also they've worked their way off from sort of the lower leagues in Western Province, and they're up in Super B now. And the plan for them is now to go further. And fortunately for them, they not in like last year, they lost a lot of players playing Varsity Cup, going to other clubs. So they stay in. They're still going to stay and play for UWC in the league now. So they can easily go up and win the league, because they've got all I think they're way ahead of clubs in the Super B now. Yeah. So they can go up and win the league and play Super A next year, and they can attract more players.
Well, if there's a new competition format, they will probably go into the new league structure anyway.
Yeah,
so
in any case.
They basically just need to stay, I think, in the top 5,
yeah,
if that's the case. Although that new league structure still has to be approved by council, and folks, before we jump the gun there, it's a bit of time before we know exactly what will happen with next year's new league structures. So congratulations to UWC. We think you've put in an excellent performance, having been at the middle of the table there for quite a while during the Varsity Shield tournament. You are now or at least you're now a finalist of the Varsity Shield. So congratulations. I think you've got a reason to puff your chest out and keep your chin up high. So well done, guys. We're going to take an ad break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the Varsity Cup and see which teams are in the final and what you can expect this coming Monday night. Back in a mo.
Hi, I'm Bob Skinstead, and you're watching Cape Rugby TV.
Welcome back, folks. It is, of course, Cape Rugby TV, Wednesday nights at 9, and we bring you the very best of club rugby. Season time is upon us. We kick off on Saturday. This is what everybody's been waiting for. This is the exciting time, and it is fever pitch. We've never seen so many pre-tournament matches in many years. It has been Varsity Cup, it's been Varsity Shield, this has been Community Cup, and not to mention all those friendlies and festivals and so on that we would have seen. Of course, this coming Monday, we will wrap up the Varsity Cup tournament, and it's going to be absolutely monstrous as we see Marties take on Tuks, and that's of course at the Craven Stadium. Let's take a look at that fixture. There we see it at the Craven Stadium. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock this coming Monday, the 8th of April. So it is FNB Marties up against FNB Tuks. Right, Jerome, monster match. Once again, two strong teams taking on each other, but surely Marties is going to be too strong for Tuks playing on a home ground.
Yeah, JP, it's just strange, as you were mentioning now, all the rugby that has been playing, and it's only April now, and it's still a long season ahead of us, and everybody's watching rugby. There's schools tournaments, there's Community Cup. It's crazy. I don't know where it's going to end, but it's just crazy.
Well, that's the thing about rugby today. It never ends. It's a 12-month season. You're either playing games, or you're doing off-season training, or you're doing pre-season training, or after rugby you recover for about 2 weeks. It's still rugby recovery, and then you're straight back into training. I mean, it is 12 months of rugby. We might as well turn this into a 12-month TV show.
No, definitely, JP. I'm also start to feel that need to use some more of the Evoc stuff now, because it's getting hectic. But as you were saying, it's for Marties. It's also like CUT. I mean, they've gone unbeaten through the competition, winning the Shield without any losses. And for Marties, it's the same. I think it can be history for them. to go through the competition without losing a game. And I think it's the Marty's only, I think once they were out of, with not reaching the finals since the Varsity Cup is started. So yeah, I think it's not going to be easy for them, because it looks like Tuks are peaking at the right time. Look at last week's result for them. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be good, and I believe it's almost sold out at Craven Stadium. So
as it always is, yeah. Ish, they've got a new coach. They've got a couple of new players, as universities do. They change and so on. You think Marty's going to be too strong for Tuks, or?
Home ground advantage, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's two powerhouses against each other, but I think Marty's has too much power for these guys, and they're playing on Kutsenberg, so all the students will come out and support their boys.
Chris Rousseau as coach there now. He's the new coach. He's taken over this year from Sean Roux. I mean, you know Chris quite well yourself. Do you think his experience as a former professional player will calm the guys down a little bit?
I think most definitely. He's played under, I think, Jerome as well, and he's got good knowledge of the game. He's played for Free State as well, so his record speaks for himself. Speaking now of the Varsity Cup, he's done really well with the team, so we wish him all the best, and they should bring the cup home.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, hopefully these tournaments that can sometimes be seen as, you know, not for everybody. Hopefully they also encourage other people in another manner to perform and pay attention to more rugby, which can only just be for the benefit of rugby, Jerome.
Yeah, definitely, JP. I mean, just an example there is like one of the UWC players, Tess Umfuslani, the lock.
Yeah, he was of course the player that rocks.
Yeah.
He was the player that rocks in the match against CPU. I keep on this Forte.
Yeah,
of course, Forte. Yeah.
So he might play this weekend against Border for Western Province Vodacom Cup side.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's still a youngster, and he's done well. So it just shows like people are taking note of you if there's opportunities, and there's a few guys who are also putting their hands up with Marty's and things like that.
Sorry to interrupt you. I mean, okay, so I didn't know that he was playing, but I mean, isn't that just fantastic? He's actually playing in formerly a Premier League A side, now obviously in Super League B, but as a normal player in Premier League A, you're struggling to get attention. He plays in the Varsity Shield, not even the Varsity Cup, and he is spotted and straight into a professional structure.
Yeah, definitely, JP. I remember we had this debate, I think last year, when you were asking about guys playing in that lower league, in which I said, listen, guys, if they work hard, it doesn't matter where you play.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you've got the talent and things like that, there's an opportunity. And I mean, there is really, he's got a bit of exposure now, and he's been doing well, he's been working hard. He lost about 16 Ks because he's a big man.
He is, yeah.
And so he's working hard, and he's got an opportunity now. And I've spoken to him yesterday, and I said, now it doesn't stop here. So it's great exposure that they got, and it's good for UWC, and it's good for rugby in the sense that they are in province, and we give guys opportunities. But go out there, play, and the club season is going to start again now. We're going to send the selectors out. So there's a lot of things for guys to play and to be taken notice of.
All right, so of course it is the Varsity Cup finals on Monday. Ish, would you like to, I know you guys haven't done the Super Brew in the Varsity Cup, but Ish, would you like to throw out a prediction? Marty's by?
10.
Marty's by 10. Jerome?
I'll say Marty's by 7.
Marty's by 7. Whoa, it's going to be a tight match.
It's going to be tight.
It is going to be tight. So in that case, I'm going to go with Marty's by 15.
Doesn't be that tight.
I mean, you're going to go low, I'm going to go high. You know, we're just going to throw it out there.
Miss Morgan would say Marty's by 2.
Yeah, no, Morgan would say Marty's by 2. Yeah, I mean, he probably thinks he's watching Manchester United play Liverpool. All right, folks, that is, of course, the Varsity Cup. We're looking forward to those finals. And once again, congratulations to FNB UWC with their fantastic performance. Sorry, boys, you didn't pull away that trophy in the end there, but nevertheless, we're very proud of you and the support that you've had at home at home ground has been absolutely amazing this year. So it just goes to show what we can expect next year. And of course, FNB UWC, we're looking forward to following your progress in the club season. That's going to be coming up still during the course of the show. That's what we've been waiting for. It's been very exciting building up to it. And now finally it's getting started. All right, we're going to take an ad break. And when we come back, we'll start taking a look at what's happening in the club rugby space closer to home, specifically the Community Cup, before we move into the league fixtures. Back with you in a second now.
Hi, I'm Kobani Bobo and you're watching Cape Rugby TV.